Significance. Don't worry. When you reach literature review, I'll show you how to come up with a hypothesis. So, significance of the study. That is the next thing we want to learn. Significance of the study. Significance of the study. You are the one going to do the research. You are going to spend your resource. You are going to spend your time. If you have people supporting you, funding the research, these are investors. You also have other stakeholders that are of interest to your research. You should be able to tell us about the importance of the study. That is about what? The significance. And people will be interested, or the various stakeholders will be interested in your research if they can clearly see the benefits that they will get from the research. Is that not it? So when you are writing about the significance of the study, first you have to identify all relevant stakeholders. Identify all relevant what? Stakeholders. You have to identify all relevant stakeholders. And then the second thing is that for each of the stakeholders, demonstrate how, and write the how the research will be of help to them. Okay? So these are the two things that you have to do. At the significance level, what do? You identify the stakeholders and tell us how the research will help them. So, in your research context, who are the key stakeholders you think are likely to benefit? Start thinking about your own as well.
Pharmaceutical industry.
The pharmaceutical industry.
Small business.
Small businesses. Are you sure? Are they the only stakeholders who are interested in your research? So tell me. Education. Which people are in education in particular? Researchers and students. You, when you're doing your research, you want literature review. You want to get research where people have done. So, okay. Martin, so do you have some stakeholders in mind who benefit from it?
Yeah, the telecommunication industry.
Okay.
When it comes to other industry can also learn the CSR and implement it.
Okay.
Audience, the general public.
Yeah, okay.
The general public. And then students. Researchers.
How about policymakers?
Policymakers as well.
Government and Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service. Or they were not interested in issues.
All of them.
So I said that's why I said that the relevant ones, and then you tell us how the research will be of help to them. At this stage, it sets the stage for you to really speak your mind about how important it is. Because if it is not convincing enough to be able to resolve some of the problems that you have identified at the problem statement level, then people will not believe you. So when you're talking about the significance, you have to also align with how it is going to solve some of the issues that have been raised under the statement of the problem. Okay. Stakeholders.
I'm talking about the customers, the retailers, the distributors, and the general public. We have researchers as well.
Okay. Students.
educative are not that much because it's at a high rating.
But students are doing marketing programs.
I think okay, for
And
them.
research is good. Students will be.
Okay. How about you?
So, students, the general public, and even parents as well, and teachers, lecturers, all those in academia.
And also the Ministry of Education, they are those who regulate policies. So people are addicted to social media. Why don't they now do programs that can be operated towards social media? It's just transferring knowledge, that's all. So it could be of help. So you identify the key stakeholders and tell us how the finance is going to help each of them. That one there, you have to know, you have to have your own way of illustrating that your profit level should be advanced. Is that not it?
Yes.
That's up to
Say,
you.
with this research, you see, it's almost talking about the social media and academic performance. And you see, recently the educational minister or the president launched some program, and now they are distributing some tablets to the students, which will help them in their research. So does it mean, okay, I don't know whether I can understand. Would that help the government?
Yes. If they use the social media for learning purposes, some of the platforms, I don't know, LinkedIn for instance, those help you to build professional network. People come up with innovative ideas. You go there and you'll be able to get it. Scholar One and all those things. These social media handles, some of them have useful materials that you can get information from. So you can help them. But as to whether they will not let TikTok take over, because Ghana TikTok, they suggest nonsense and things that are not relevant. It's true.
Yes, that's interesting.
But go to China and go and check their TikTok.
It's about
Innovative ideas,
Yeah.
business ideas, people come up with something. These are the things that they try to push to the people. But in our case, as of for working to upgrade,
their faces.
so the jurisdiction also counts a lot. If this social media can reinforce learning, the jurisdiction counts a lot. So this is how you write the significance of the study, okay? So you should be able to write a very convincing significance of the study. Let's go to, once you are done with the significance of the study, the next thing that we have to talk about is what we call scope or delimitation. Delimitation. The delimitation deals with the scope of the study. Okay? Delimitation. Delimitation. Delimitation deals with the scope of the study. Oh, okay, let me add it to this one now. So the delimitation deals with the scope of the study. And by the scope, we are talking about the topical scope. What are we talking about?
Topical scope.
Topical scope. What the topic talks about, okay? So when you're writing your delimitation, you should be able to tell us what the topic is about. We have to also talk about contextual. Contextual scope. And that could be either industrial or geographic, okay? It could be industrial scope or what? Geographic scope. So tell us what the topic is about, where the study is being conducted, and that is context issues, either the industry or the geographical scope, or the two of them. Then we have what we call inclusion and exclusion criteria. We can talk about those things as well. Inclusion and exclusion criteria. Especially regarding population, okay? Regarding population. Inclusion and exclusion criteria. You see, for you to be able to let people know clearly where and what you did your study about, sometimes if you say students, people will think that it's all students. KG people, the lower primary level. Which students are you talking about? So tertiary. Tertiary is even too broad. Which students are you really talking about?
UCC level.
UCC regular students. If you say UCC students, that is also broad. Because you have the distance, you have the sandwich. Are you including all of them? So you have to come and tell us the inclusion criteria. Like the inclusion criteria is first degree regular students. Exclusion is any other student of the university who is not doing what? First degree regular program. So that we will see clearly the focus of the study. Okay? Then you come and do small summary of the methodology. I say what? Summary. Or brief summary, okay? Brief summary of the methodology. So, if we talk about these things, I think we are good to go. We are good to go. So that is with the delimitation. Any question?